Hey everyone, we will be starting soon. Chat is enabled. We will start in just a minute, okay? Hey everyone, we will be starting soon. Chat is enabled. We will start in just a minute, okay? Okay, everyone, if you can hear me, I hope there's not a much of a delay here, but give me a second. If you can hear me, guys, we're starting a little late. I've not done YouTube Live before, so uh, refresh your screen if you don't see the chat on the right hand side. And if somebody can say hello, and so that I know that you guys can hear me, that would be awesome. And then we'll get started. Okay? Can everybody see my screen? And can everybody hear me? And can you just say hello or something in the chat, please? To the right hand side. Okay, so can you guys hear me? We're going to get started pretty soon. Okay, thank you so much. So I know you guys can, I see a hello there from someone. Thank you. And I'm assuming when you say hello that you can hear me and you found the chat, obviously, so that's good. So I'm going to get started right away. Okay? Hello, everyone. My name is Alan Marston. I am now a published author. And even though I've written under a pseudonym, you can see my first book here, written under the pseudonym Art McClare. And I wrote another book. This is the second book I wrote within 10 days. And I've got it published. It's on Amazon. Both these are in Kindle, and Air Fryer Brilliance is in paperback as well. Okay? And just a picture that I created using AI. And we'll talk a little bit more about all of this and how I did it. And for those of you that, if you're chatting in the, hey, Tim, Good to see you, buddy. Well, I can't see you, but thank you for being here. So here's what I'd like you guys to interact. So make sure you're ready to chat. How many of you are using AI, Chat GPT in particular? Like, you've probably heard of it. You might be using it. If you are, say yes. If you haven't been using it, say no. If you've heard about it but haven't started using it, say haven't started using it. Okay? So say something in the chat, and I'm going to start to get into OpenAI. This is what OpenAI looks like, okay? And when you go to OpenAI, which is openai.com, and please don't be scared by the word artificial intelligence or AI or machine learning. The whole reason that AI is even around is to make our lives easier and to make it easy for you. So you're going to see how simple this is, okay? So if I go to try right up here at the top, and I go try right there, okay, it'll bring me to now it logged me in right away. Oh, look, and you're going to see this a lot because OpenAI, oh, good, it's logged, so I need to log in, so that's good. So when you look at, it says that you're going to see a lot of these messages. ChatGPT is at capacity right now. Everybody's using ChatGPT for everything. It's all kinds of things it's being used for, okay? So you want to make sure that all you're going to do is keep refreshing the page. And I'm going to keep on refreshing the page until I get a login, okay? And this is one of the challenges of doing something live because you're going to get here we go, we got a login page. Because you're going to get the server is not available, okay? So I'm going to go click I'm not a robot. You go to continue. Sometimes it'll ask you to pick a bunch of pictures, and then I'm going to go and sign in. So I'm in now into ChatGPT. And what do you do with ChatGPT? Well, this is the beauty of this whole thing, guys. And because it's free right now, it's not going to be free forever. You want to jump on this and do this quickly. This is why my goal is to write 10 books before the end of March. I've already written 2. So before the end of Q1 is over, I want to write 10 books. So I'm already on my 3rd and 4th one right now that I'm doing simultaneously. When I'm sitting down, relaxing after I come home from work, I'm writing. So what do you write about? Well, I'm going to go to a different screen here, and I'll show you what I wrote. I said here, how do I come up with an idea for a book? And it said, there are many ways to come up with an idea for a book. Here are a few suggestions. And it tells you everything that you need to do. How do I figure out the plot, characters, and setting of a book? It'll tell you everything that you do. The big thing that you need to know here is the prompts that you put in. Anthony Robbins, a long time ago, said, the quality of your life depends on the quality of the questions you ask. Well, guess what? The quality of the output from ChatGPT depends on the quality of the input into ChatGPT, the quality of the questions you ask. So there are actually prompt specialists like myself out there that have really learned how to put in proper prompts for what we want to get done. So let me give you an example. I am on, and you can write, this is not like Google where you got to be specific. I mean, where you got to be, just keep it short. You can write whatever you want. I am on an intermittent, and I hope I can spell right, intermittent fasting diet. Please create 2 meals per day for 7 days with no more than 750 calories per meal, low in carbs and high in protein, if I could spell. Okay, and let's see what it creates for us. Okay, Hopefully the servers are available and it's going to create it quickly. But this is created like in minutes usually. Okay, so to create each of the books that I created, it took me no more than 2 hours. For the paperback book, it took me 2 hours. Also, it was the first time I was doing it. And it took me 3 or 4 days to edit it. That's the big problem. And then to publish it, I'm going to show you some things on publishing as well. So here it's creating a diet for me for 7 days, okay? A meal plan for 7 days. After this is created, I want to tell it, put this into a tabular format. Okay, so let it finish. And then we're going to tell it to put it in a tabular format. Now, I asked it before to put it in a table format, and it told me it didn't understand what tables were. So it understands a tabular format. So I put it in a tabular format. This is where being the prompt specialist really, really helps. So now you're going to see how it puts it into a tabular format. So if you need to do this for your book, you can do this, and you can put it into a tabular format. Okay? Let me just go back here. Okay, I just want to see. If you've got any questions you want me to ask, put it in the chat. Okay? And we will get answers for you. So you'll see how it's put into a nice tabular format now. Okay? And I'm going to ask it to do one more thing while it's typing, because it's kind of slow today. There's a lot of people using ChatGPT this morning. So then I'm going to ask it to create a grocery list. I didn't even start typing. Create a grocery list of the ingredient. I'm just going to say create a grocery list. It's smart. It knows what I'm asking. So now it's going to create a grocery list of everything that it's just talked about. Okay? Guys, I can't tell you how much this is blowing my mind. Okay? And here we go. Look at this. Create a grocery list. And it's created the whole grocery list. You can do all kinds of magical things with this. It's absolutely incredible. So there's our whole grocery list. Copy it, paste it into a Word doc or Google Doc, and print it. Take it to the grocery store, buy what you need. Okay? So that, I've just shown you how to do that with ChatGPT. Now what I want to do is I want to show you how I created some of the steps for the book. Okay, so if I go to another page here, okay, and I'll go to my Google Doc, and when you're seeing the Google Doc, let's see if it's showing the Google Doc here. So when you look at the Google Doc, you could say, how do I come up with an idea for a book? Okay? And it'll tell you the many ways. So you could go through. But let's say that I type in that I want an idea. I'm going to go back to ChatGPT. And let's say that I want to create an idea. I want to create something for a book. Can somebody give me an idea? Go ahead and type in the chat and give me an idea of any kind of a book. Don't matter how crazy it is. Give me some idea on a book that you want to write. I'm looking at a big, gigantic map here. I might type something that when I look at the map on my wall. But give me something. If one of you have got an idea, tell me you want to write a book on anything. It doesn't matter. Tell me what it is. I'm looking for that in the chat right now, guys. Okay? there's a bit of a delay from when I'm talking and when you're typing, and so I'm giving this a little bit of time. So if you guys can, if somebody can type, there's quite a few of you on this YouTube live. So go ahead and type your answer there. If I don't see anything in the next couple of seconds, I'm going to go ahead and type something here. I'm going to say, and if I see something from the chat, we'll type it in, but I'm going to say, how diverse, okay, a book about being happy or how to start a business. Wonderful. Thank you so much for interacting with me. So a book about being happy or how to start a business. Let's do about how to be happy. Give me all, oh no, I want to start there. Give me some titles for a book on how to be happy. Okay? And it's going to give me a bunch of titles. Now, once we choose a title, so get ready for Her Diverse Writing is the title on here. So, hey, if you could look at the titles as they come up, and then tell me which one quickly that you want to, that you like. Give me, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever number they come up with. Wow, there's quite a delay. As I'm talking here, I'm looking at my YouTube on another screen, and I can see that there is a huge delay. So I have to give you guys some time to respond. So I know which one I like, but tell me which one you like, Diverse Writing, and I will type that in and we'll get some more information on that. Okay? Okay. Number 4 and 5. Number 4 and 5. Okay, so let's take number 4. So I'm going to just copy Gratitude, the Secret of a Happy Life. Okay, I'm going to copy that. I'm going to put it in the chat area. And actually, before I put it in the chat area, I'm going to say, give me all the chapter headings for a book with the title Gratitude, the Secret of a Happy Life. Okay? There you go. So for you, and you liked the little book of joy, the Happiness Blueprint. Yes, that's the one I liked. Okay, the Happiness Blueprint. So you can go ahead right now and start writing this book. Okay, you don't need my help, even though I'm running an accountability and coaching session over the next 90 days, where to get one book published. Honestly, in 90 days, if you can't publish 2, 3, 4, 5 Kindle books, I'd be shocked. Because once you got this method down, but you need somebody to keep you accountable, and I'm doing that. Anyway, I'm not here to talk about that. I'm not here to sell you on anything. I really wanted to talk to you about how to do this, because I want you to go away from here and actually be able to do this, okay, on your own. If you don't need me, great, go ahead and do it. The more books we have in Kindle, the better. Okay, so you can see now that it's already written all of these, chapters. Now, if I want more, I'm just giving you this as an example because I want you to see what happens when you just type in more. That's all I'm going to type, more, and it'll give me more chapters if it's got more chapters. Okay, so let's see what it tells us. Okay. Here we go. So there's some more chapters. If you want to make the book longer, then it will give you more chapters. By the way, I should tell you this. If this stops in the middle because the servers are all busy and you see that it stopped at number 14 and you think there's got to be more, just type continue in the chat bar, in the prompt bar. Okay? And it'll give you continue. Okay? And it always gives you a clarification at the end that note these are just examples of potential chapters. Now I'm going to go and take you to the next step, okay? And I'm going to go to the very first chapter, and I'm going to go Introduction, the Importance of Gratitude. Now, this is very important, what I'm about to show you. So I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to say, and it understands how to write a blog post. I can't tell it to write a whole book for me. So you know what? Write a blog post for each of these. So I'm going to say write a blog post of, how many words do we want? Let's say I want 500 words. 500 words on the boom. Importance on, oh, I take out this D. It doesn't matter. It doesn't care about grammar. It doesn't care about your grammar. So write a blog post of 500 words on the importance of gratitude. So I'm trying to get that introduction written. Okay? And now it'll start to, oh, I better go down here. And it's going to show us, it'll write the 500 words. Okay? Now, as it's doing this, I just want to say to you, if you came in here scared of artificial intelligence or machine learning, do you see how this is this is nothing to be scared about? Okay? This is something you can do. This is something a 5-year-old can do. And this is part of the problem we're having in our world today, because guess what? The grade 10s and 12s and college students are writing essays and doctorate theses. They're writing all this stuff. They're cheating by using ChatGPT, and they're trying to figure out ways to stop this. Okay? Now, here's the thing that you're going to ask. You say, well, hang on a minute, Alan, but, will this look like it is plagiarism? Or will it look like it's written in with AI? And here, by the way, is my example of it has stopped because, so I'm going to have to write continue. Oh, it's going. Okay, good. So there is a way. So somebody can take your text and type it into an AI detector. And I don't have an AI detector screen open here right now. But they can type it into an AI detector screen, and they can tell if this was written, what percentage of it was written by AI. And if that's going to bother you, right, then you need to use something else, and we'll talk about that in just a second. Now, for me, I'm writing how-to books, and I really don't care, because I'm also writing on, that's one of the reasons I'm writing under the pseudonym, is I don't care if somebody says that this was written by AI. Big deal. That's why my company is called, I'll go back to this, it's called Know All Publishing. I want you to know all about all the things that I write. And if I can go and gather that information and put it into one place, I don't care if you think I wrote it with AI. In fact, I'll have readily admitted on any podcast that I wrote it with AI. However, if you're writing a book that is written with written a book like this happiness book, right? Maybe you don't want it to be. You don't want people to think that you wrote it all with AI, and you're going to do some editing anyway, and you can add your own in here. But how do you do it easily and quickly? Well, that's what I want to show you. And I don't have this open, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to open this here. So first of all, I'm going to look for an AI detector, okay, in Google. So Google still's got some value. AI content detector. So let's go with that one, or with this one here. I think I used this one the last time. So I'm going to go with AI content detector, okay? And And while it's loading, I got a lot of screens open, and I'm also going live, so it's going to give me, where is it going to say that I can do this, guys? It's usually right here. Try it now. Oh, there it is. It's coming up. So while it's doing that, I'm going to go to back, and I'm going to take something here. I'm going to just take a part of this, and I'm going to copy, go to the AI content detector. Okay, so you can see this now here. I'm going to type it into, I'm going to post it in the AI content detector. This is, so I've taken the, what the ChatGPT wrote, I put it into the AI content detector, and then down at the bottom here, it says check. I'm going to check it, okay? And it says written by AI, high probability, okay? So here I'm going to give you another little thing to look at, okay? You ready? Let's go to, here we go. I just want to go back to this, go back here. Now this is something that you have to pay for. It's called Quillbot. It's $8 a month, I believe, if you get it for the year. But I'm going to take that same text and I'm going to put it in to Quillbot. Okay, you guys can see that now. I put it into Quillbot, and I'm going to say paraphrase it. Let's paraphrase it. And it paraphrased it, and it showed you how it paraphrased it. Okay, so I'm going to take all of this now. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to go back to the AI content, and I'm going to type it into the AI content detector. And I'm going to go here, and look what it tells me now. It says, this is human text. Ha! So we just got it, right? And it's human text. So you can change it. Again, it took me minutes. You can change your whole book, and now you've got something that is not written by AI. Okay? AI is bluffing AI. Well, maybe it's AI using AI to bluff us humans, actually, is what it's doing. Okay? So all of this now, the AI content detector is free. The Quillbot is so just so you have that, guys. Again, it's quillbot.com. Okay, and there is a charge for that, but everything else is free. So when you go here and you're using ChatGPT, it's free, but it's not going to be free forever. How do I know that? Because I already applied. They're trying to get some money from VCs, and of course the VCs want to know, okay, how are you going to make money? You're not going to be able to offer this for free. So I've already applied for the beta. They've asked us what kind of pricing are we willing to pay, all that kind of stuff. So I love ChatGPT. I'm willing to pay for it. But while it's free, why don't I maximize it? That's why I'm running this course for 90 days for anybody that wants to do this with me and help me to keep you on track, because there's lots of distractions in our life, right? So we are doing all of this and doing it together starting next Saturday. So I'm not going to be doing any more of these YouTube live things. But so you might ask, well, hang on, Alan, but if ChatGPT becomes paid, is there other things out there that I can use? Well, let me show a couple of them to you, okay? So I went in and I used Jasper AI, okay? And they say start for free, but it's a lot of money. But it doesn't come close to how much content I can type into ChatGPT. Same thing with Writesonic. It doesn't allow you to put as much into the content part like I could with ChatGPT. So if you look at, and I'm not going to get in here and show you how much I can do, but trust me that there's not, I can put 2 paragraphs in here into the prompt bar to give it enough. I can't do that with those other 2. So why am I going to pay for that? Okay. So very important for you to understand. Now, I need to go fast because we're already at 10:35. I wanted to do this in 45 minutes, but let me get into some other stuff because you're going to say, okay, so this is great, but now how do I create a book cover? Well, we can go and create a book cover. First of all, I'll show you later. There's other ways to create a book cover, but have you heard of Stable Diffusion? Stable Diffusion is another AI where it generates images, and it generates some beautiful, beautiful images. I don't know if it's going to show us anything here, but it's also by, I think it's by the same people, by the OpenAI people. But if I wanted to generate an image, and I'm going to stay with the happiness, okay? And I'm going to say generate an image, and I probably don't have to say all this. Generate an image of a woman happy in a field of roses with a waterfall in the background. Under blue sky. I don't know. I'm just trying to create something here, okay? So I'm going to go generate the image. This is going to take a little bit of time. It's also using, all of this is using a lot of bandwidth on my computer, so that's why you're seeing a delay in what I'm trying to do here, okay? But you can now see the image. Now that woman in the picture is an AI image. It's not a real person, okay? And you can keep on doing this to get better. You could tell it to create a woman whose face cannot be seen, for example, if you don't want to see the face, okay? But it just created that. This is the kind of stuff that AI can do. It's absolutely blowing my mind. So I can take this picture, I can copy one of these pictures, right? And I can go ahead and put it on a book. So what do I do now? I talked about creating the books with no cost. Let's go take a look at that, okay? Because we're running out of time, and I'm going to go to Amazon Kindle. So it's very important that you take a look at this. And with Kindle, you have to go to KDP, KD, so look at the top there, KDP, okay, right up here, kdp.amazon.com. Even if I'm in Canada, I've got to go to kdp.amazon.com. And then I can go here and I can click create. And when it creates, I'm going to show you, when it creates, it'll show you, it'll ask you, what do you want to create? Okay? A Kindle ebook, a paperback, a hardcover, or a series page. I don't know what a series page is yet. Okay? But I wanted to create a paperback, so I clicked here. But let me tell you something about creating a paperback. A paperback is great. It's great for feeding the ego because you got a book in your hand, you can show your friends, all that kind of stuff. Nothing wrong with ego, by the way. I'm just saying you can have a book in your hands or a book to hand out to clients. These are wonderful things. So that's got nothing to do with ego. A paperback that can sell your business. If you're planning on making money with a paperback, let me tell you, there's no money. Even at selling that book for, I think it's $20, the air fryer book or whatever that I created in paperback. I created it because I wanted to see what it actually came out as. And you should see it. I should have brought it downstairs with me here and I forgot. But the paperback, it comes out fantastic. And it's print on demand. So it costs you nothing to get it into paperback, get it launched into Amazon. And then when somebody buys it, it prints it. It's printed on demand. Okay? But on a $20 book, you might make $1.50. Okay? On a Kindle book, you can sell it for $9.99 and you're going to make like $7 or $8. Or if you sell it for $7, you'll make like $6. So you'll make way more money, sell it for way less, and more people will buy it. Okay? Now, you might ask, and I've had people ask me this, oh, there are some questions, you're good. So Tim says, mind-blowing. Yes, brother, I know what you're talking about. It's mind-blowing. So Tim says I have to step away for a couple of minutes, so I'm out of sync, but still interested. Okay, good. So, guys, the thing that I've had some people ask me on the last seminar that I did, and I'm not going to keep doing these, but someone said, are you making money with it? No, that is not the intention right now. And you might go, well, Alan, why are you creating so many books if there's no intention to make money? It is an intention to make money, but later on. Right now, I'm in the lane, in the focus of creating lots and lots and lots of content. Why? ChatGPT is free, guys. I'm going to create lots of content right now. Next 90 days is critical. And I picked 90 days. I don't know when ChatGPT is going to start getting paid, but I'm going nutso on this right now. I'm creating as much as I can. I live and breathe. Besides my job, I live and breathe in ChatGPT. I'm using ChatGPT in my work. Yesterday, we were my boss and myself. I am like the executive vice president in my company, but my boss and myself were playing around with this, seeing how we could use it within the company. There are ways that it'll automatically write emails for you, but I digress. Let me tell you that right now it's all about writing massive amount of content. I want to get these 10 Kindle books. Once I've got 10 Kindle books in the Karen, type that into the sync thing. Okay, yeah, okay. You guys can message me on Messenger as well, since most of you came through there. But there's a question here: if you select Kindle book, do you have it all edited as a Word file and just upload it? Yes, you upload it as a Word file. So I created everything in Google Docs. Then I downloaded it to Word. Okay. Now, will it take a Google Doc? I don't know. I can't remember. But you have to have it in a Word doc. I don't believe it takes let's go create ebook. Again, I can't get into all these details, guys, and this is why I'm offering to help you actually do this over the next 90 days, because I've been through this and I've done it. So you got the book title, you got the subtitle. You don't need what's that word called? And when you're doing a Kindle book, you don't need that special book number, BSBN number or whatever it's called. Anyway, you can put the primary author, if it's 2 people writing on it, and make sure you've got a summary. Make sure you've written the summary ahead of time so you can put it in there. You'll need keywords, but guess what? Where are you going to get your keywords from for your book? You'll go to ChatGPT and create the keywords for your book. Okay? Set the categories. Is it a children's book? Is it a US? And if you're doing a children's book and you're looking for graphics, there's lots of things like Stable Fusion where you can create graphics. Okay, there's even better stuff than Stable Fusion that you can create graphics, and I don't have the time to get into that right now. So, by the way, if you are having a hard time, ISBN, thank you, Heather. So Heather's actually written books, so she knows what this is all about, right? And she's published books, not just written books. So I'm a big fan of you, Heather. So this is becoming super easy for you to do, and there are people like Heather, and if you know Heather, by all means, use Heather to help you write and publish a book. But I'm just saying that because I did the 2, I know how to do this now, and I can help you and guide you over the next 90 days to write as many as possible. The big thing, as I said, is getting the prompts into GPT. Thank you, Heather. She's saying, I'm loving you did this. So what I was going to tell you with this is, as you're doing this, the editing is going to take you the longest time. You want to make sure that whatever you have created is so every time ChatGPT gives you something, you copy it, put it into a Google Doc or a Word doc. But once you copy it and put it into a Word doc, you need some editing. Well, why don't I show you guys? Why don't I show you? Let me show you what I'm talking about. So if I take all of this, gratitude is the act of blah, blah, blah. Let's go here. Let's go there. And let's copy that. Okay? And I'm going to go into I got this rough page that I call how to categories. Let me just go all the way down here, and I'm going to go and copy this. Now, I have no desire to write this book, so if you're going to write the book on happiness, write the book on happiness. And believe me, if you type this in, you're going to get a whole bunch of different content anyway, okay? So I'm going to type that, paste it in here, okay? And I want you to take a look at that. Heather, just PM me whenever you want, okay? We're our friends on Facebook, and even if we're not friends on Facebook, I'd accept it. So now you've got all of this, and see how it's got that grayish tone behind it. So when you edit it, so if I got the top part, yeah, I've got that click. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to highlight it, and then I'm going to go and Google Docs. This is what I do. I can't remember what it's in Word off the top of my head. But in Google Docs, I would go to clear formatting. And look what happens. All the paragraphs, everything go away. So I'm going to go clear formatting. And when I go to clear formatting, look at this gobbledygook that's created here, right? So now I've got to go in and I've got to go where the paragraphs are. And I've got to go and do this. Now, once I've done this, and there's much more of this. I mean, there's other stuff you got to do. So once I've done all of this, I'm going to go here. I'm going to go and highlight this part again. And now I'm going to go in Google Docs. I would go to, what is it, paragraphs and stars? No. Line and paragraph spacing. And I'm going to create 1.5 to give it a little bit of spacing. And now I've got something that I can use. Okay? And you can see what that looks like. So this editing is what takes a long time, okay? And then the book cover. But I want to give you one other piece of great information here on, I'll go back to if you don't have a cover, and it's advisable to get a good picture, but if you don't have a cover, and I can't go back and show you this now because I'd have to fill in all this information, we don't have time, but Kindle and Amazon, even for the paperbacks, they have their own covers, and you can use one of those covers. But remember, if you use one of those covers, they have a limited number of covers, then your cover is gonna look like other people's covers. So you've got to change it up a little bit. And this is why I recommend that you go find a photograph, either a stock photo or get a free. There's free stock photos online, or create it with AI. And then come in here and add that. It allows you to upload a picture to that cover, and then you have a cover for that, okay? So I think I have gone through everything. I've talked about the AI content detector, talked about Jasper and Write-Sonic, Stable Diffusion. So I can't tell you how much you need to be playing with this. There's no app. You have to do it on a laptop or a computer. You know, the best way to get more proficient at prompts is to type more stuff in. My boss yesterday typed in, for example, just as a joke, he typed in, give me all the users that are using ChatGPT. Well, what do you think it's going to tell you? It's going to say, and it did say, I can't do that because of privacy regulations, right? It's going to, but you can have fun with it. You can tell it to, you should ask it, and I'm going to do this last one, and then we're going to end this one, okay? So I'm going to ask it, what should I create for supper tonight with a eggplant? My wife made me some delicious eggplant with an eggplant. I'm just going to be, even though it doesn't care about my grammar, with an eggplant, and I'm going to tell you what ingredients I have. I've got an eggplant. I've got chicken and onions. I don't know. I'm just going to, very limited, okay? I'm just going to put something in. Let's see what it tells me, okay? So it will even suggest your meal for this evening, okay? And I'm going to show you one other thing. Once it gives me that, one dish you could create for supper tonight with eggplant, chicken, onions is, and it gives me the ingredients, okay? Purpose flour, 2 eggs beaten. I didn't tell that I had eggs, so I don't have grated Parmesan cheese. What the heck are you giving me here? So I'm going to tell it. So I'm going to tell it that after it's finished, I don't, because it remembers everything that you've written, right? I don't have, what did I say? Eggs or cheese, okay? That's what I'm going to tell it. I'm going to let it finish. Okay, it's done. No, it's now it's thinking. So this might be a perfect time for me to type. No, it's finishing it up. Okay. You got to be patient because the servers are busy. So I'm going to say I don't have eggs or cheese. I want to see what it's going to say. I don't know what it's going to say because I've not done this before. Okay. So I'm doing a lot of this stuff live with you, and I'm learning what it's doing while I'm talking to you. Okay. If you don't have eggs or cheese, you could still make a delicious eggplant and chicken dish by adjusting the recipe a bit. And then it adjusts the recipe for you. Right? So, but now it's giving me Italian-style breadcrumbs. What if I don't have that? I could go on and on and on, is what I'm getting at here, is that this will give you all kinds of great stuff. You can play around with it. You can write children's stories. I mean, this goes on and on, okay? Yes, that's right, Heather. It does tell you that. So Heather says, I had an AI tell me my human has not taught me that yet. LOL. So, guys, I'm really glad you said that, Heather, because I want to tell you why it's saying that. I'm so glad you brought this up. Chat GPT is created on a limited number of data, limited amount of data that, and I wish I had something that I could create here for you. I'm going to go to another screen and I'm going to go here and I'm going to see if I can create this here. It was created on data until I think June or July of 2021. And the amount of data that it was created on, I don't think this allows me to do, this is going to allow me to create a circle by any chance. But but you know, it'll then let me insert a text box, I think. Let me see. Insert, let me see. Oh, it does. Insert a drawing. New. So, let me see if I can draw something here. No, I'll just use the text box as an example. Okay, so it was created on a limited amount of data. That would look like this. Okay, this was what was called GPT-3. Okay. Oh, it went away. Okay, and I'm going to have to type something in here so this is GPT-3, okay? And I'm going to make it really, really small because this is the amount of data that it was created on. And then you've got, if I take this and I copy it here, no, what am I doing here? Let me go back to this. How do I make this bigger? Here we go. So we'll use the A's as an example. No, even that's not big enough. Even that's not big enough. So literally, if AI was created on this amount of data, which is by July 2021, in 2 months, AI is going to have created something this much bigger. In 2 months, we're talking about by the end of March, the latest, you're going to have GPT-4, not GPT 3.5, which is already being worked on, but they made so many advances that they went to GPT-4. So GPT-4 is going to be able to, with one prompt, write you an entire novel of 60,000 words. Let that sink in for a bit. Okay? Yes, and thank you, Heather. I do that. That's the other thing that I did, and I got so much stuff that I'm trying to cover here. I did use Grammarly to check all of my grammar and words. So again, you don't even have to hire an editor anymore because Grammarly can do that all for you after you're done. So just to wrap up, 10:55. Let me. We're got 5 minutes left. I want to wrap this up and say this. Number one, you can write your book using AI. You can go to an AI content detector and it'll know that it's all. You don't have to do that part because it'll know that it's all AI. If you're doing some editing in between and you want to see how much of it is showing as AI, you can go and do that in the detector. You can go to Quillbot and you can put it into Quillbot and it will rewrite all your stuff there. Okay. And so that it's your original stuff. And you don't have to rewrite everything in Quillbot. You can write some of the stuff. So if the AI detector says that, 20% of it is created by AI, I don't care. Maybe you do. If you do, then write it all in Quillbot. Okay? If I was writing a romance novel, which I have already started, if I was writing a fiction novel, which I wrote 26 years ago, and I'm going to finish it now with AI. Those kind of books, I want to make sure that are not being detected as all AI, right? So same thing with you. If you're writing a book to sell your coaching services or to sell your, real estate services, you may not want that all done in AI, okay? So, or maybe you don't care, right? And trust me, when somebody has a book that they're being handed, they're not going to go and say, I want to see how much of this is written in AI. I don't think many people are going to do it. And those people that are going to do it, maybe they don't need to be in business with you. Okay? The stories need to be a bit different if it's in your memoir, for example. Tim, wondering about if it could help on an autobiography or compilation of stories. Yes. So it can help, but again, you want something like that to make sure that it's not being detected by AI as being all AI, right? You can use AI to help you create chapters and headings, and just what I was saying, Heather, yes. So it can help you to do all of those things, right? But and even some of the writing it can help you to do if you're stuck, if you've got writer's block and you're thinking, how should I start this chapter? Let AI start the chapter for you and then you continue, right? Let AI write the first 200 words, for example, okay? So with that, I think we are done. If you guys want to connect with me on Messenger, please do. I take all, even if you're not connected with me on Facebook, I connect with you on Messenger. The only ones that I don't connect with is somebody who happens to be a Nigerian prince who wants to give me millions of dollars. Then I block them. But everybody else, you know what? I like growing my network. You can reach me on LinkedIn. I've got over 20,000 people on LinkedIn. So whichever way you want to do that, I'm available. I am doing this course at the end, starting next Saturday, or maybe it's going to be a Friday evening. I'm not sure yet. We've got one person signed up. We got another 3 that are going to make a decision by midweek. And the whole idea is to get 1 or more books written and published at no cost to them. Now, there's a cost for the course, but no cost to them. And I've tried to keep the cost for the course as low as possible. PM me if you want to know more about that. The idea of to do this with you is purely to give you information and not to sell you anything. So I want to stay honorable to that. Okay? And with that, I am done. And thank you very much for joining us. I really appreciate it. And we will talk to you guys soon. Have a wonderful time using ChatGPT and AI. Okay? It's growing like crazy. Thanks, everyone. You're welcome, Tim. Blessings to you, brother. You will be hearing from me. That's good. Thank you. I appreciate that. Take care.